up next on Keepin' It Real with Gil.
Hi, I'm Gil Knowles, and I'm the host of the Keepin' It Real show. We're here at the Sheraton Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee, discussing a very important issue: violence against women on college campuses. The Department of Justice has partnered with Tougaloo College in Tougaloo, Mississippi, and the United Negro College Fund Special Programs Corporation in promoting Project Stop Now. Stop now the violence against women on college campuses. Today we have an audience comprised of representatives from over 30 historically black colleges and universities from throughout our country. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We don't need to study today. Let's just do something.
Are you crazy? We're not gonna do that or anything else.
Don't be like that.
You're tripping. I said no. Get off of me.
Why are you teasing me like
no,
this?
Stop. I said stop. Stop, please. Stop.
Shut up.
The highest rate of intimate partner violence is among women 16 to 24. Among college students, 1 in every 4 women has experienced complete or attempted rape.
Violent acts committed against women are seriously underreported on college campuses. Don't allow this to continue.
Break the silence. End campus violence.
Welcome back. Today we're delighted to have Ms. Susan Still here from Buffalo, New York. She is an inspirational speaker, and she has been seen on The Oprah Winfrey Show and 2020 with Diane Sawyer. Ms. Still, we're just delighted to have you today. Could you please share your story with our audience?
Sure, thank you for having me. I was in a 24-year relationship with my ex-husband. I met him at college age when I was 19 and had just finished my first year of college, and was with him all the way until my daughter was college age. Within that relationship, there was domestic violence situation in our home, emotional abuse, mental abuse, and physical abuse. In the end, when the physical abuse was prominent, my son was made to videotape one of the altercations between myself and my husband. That videotape led to a court case that ended up being a landmark court case in New York State, and ultimately rendered a decision that he had a 36-year prison term.
Thank you for sharing that. It takes courage to be able to share something like that with a national audience. Are there any questions from the audience for Ms. Still? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ms. Still, it's an honor to meet you. I just wanted to know, when the abuse was happening, what was your motivation to keep going day to day?
What inspired me to go on from day to day was absolutely my children, worrying about, if they were going to be okay, preserving our family, just wanting to be there with them and make sure that they were okay, and hoping for a better life for all of us.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question.
Ms. Still, thank you for all that you do for those persons who've been impacted by domestic violence. I'd just like to know, has your husband ever acknowledged the trauma that he has put you through and attempted to apologize?
The only thing that he has admitted to is what is actually on the videotape. Other than that, he has not acknowledged anything else.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask a question about your children. How are they doing?
Oh, my children are wonderful. My daughter actually just graduated from college yesterday.
Great.
I was very happy to be at that event.
Okay.
Feeling very blessed because our relationship had been estranged for some time. Mm-hmm. And so it was truly a blessing to be a part of that. My sons are doing very, very well. All of my children have come a long way and doing much better than what people told me to expect, basically.
Tell me about your baby boy. See how she looks when she talks about her baby boy? How's he doing? What is he up to?
My baby boy is wonderful. He is doing very well in school, straight A student, and proud to say it.
Awesome.
He's part of the People to People Ambassador program, so he has traveled out of the country doing student ambassador work. He is an actor and will be part of a youth program this summer, be presenting in a play about the environment. So he's doing wonderfully well.
Well, good for you. It's just kind of all, it's going to all come together.
It is pulling together.
It's going to all come together. I want to thank you. You are a courageous person. You are an inspiration to us all. You have inspired me today, all right? You've inspired the entire nation today, as you've done on the other shows as well. But for our TV audience, I just thank you very much, and we look forward to talking with you again and hearing about your baby boy and your other son and your daughter doing great and wondrous things.
And they are. Thank you so much
God
for
bless
having
and
me.
protect you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You trying to play?
Nah, little man. Trying to smoke.
What you looking at? Nah.
This has been a United Negro College Fund Special Programs Corporation public service announcement in conjunction with Philander Smith College and sponsored in part by Royal Bank of Canada Liberty Life Insurance Company.
Welcome back to Keeping It Real. We're just honored to have Dr. Carolyn West here today, who is an internationally renowned psychologist, and she is an associate professor at the University of Washington, Tacoma, Washington. Welcome, Dr. West. We're just great to have you here today.
Well, thank you.
Got a question for you. How do young women know a potential abuser? It's not like they have a scarlet letter A on their forehead. So what are some traits that we can share with our young ladies?
Well, of course, no relationship is perfect and no person is perfect, and you can't always, know who they are. Mm-hmm. But there are some traits that you can look for. Okay. Jealousy, somebody who's very controlling, somebody who tries to isolate you from your friends and family. If somebody has a history maybe of alcohol or substance abuse, it doesn't cause the violence, but it certainly can contribute to the violence. If they have a history of violence themselves, if they beat up their last 3 girlfriends, believe him that there is clearly a problem there. Or if he's been a victim of child abuse and didn't really get help for that. And I think an important thing is very quick involvement. So relationships that start off very quick before you get a chance to know the person. That is a big sign.
I think that is key. Tell me this. I find that people, it's like a pink elephant in the living room, and it seems like people don't want to discuss these things. Why are people like that? We have institutions like that, and why? I
think there's a lot of silence, there's a lot of shame, a lot of secrecy, and a lot of stereotypes around this topic. And so people just, in some ways, don't even have the language to be able to talk about it.
So I guess we need more education, like you go throughout the country and talking about these issues. The more we're educated, maybe we'll be able to react better or be more comfortable in addressing the situation, you think?
I hope so, and I really believe that, and I think that's why I came to this conference. Okay. And I've been really impressed with the students. And they're still really aware of that. But I believe that they're going to be ambassadors who go back with that information.
Definitely. Project Stop Now, remember. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Dr. West, thank you so much for the work that you do and helping us to do the work that we do on our college campuses. My question kind of goes along with the last question in such that how may we help those young people, both men and women, who don't believe that this might happen to them?
Oh, that is a great question. I think dealing with those stereotypes again, because oftentimes students are in violent relationships, they just don't label it that way. And so helping them, that's part of helping them understand what is healthy, verbal and emotional abuse, or someone who actually tries to take away your dreams and discourages you from doing well in school, big warning sign. And so being aware of that and reaching out to those people, those students before they leave school. And I've seen that happen too many times.
Great question. You know, I'm just excited about the Office of Violence Against Women. This is a great initiative. This is going to be seen throughout the country. The questions, the training, you're going to go back to your campuses. Project Stop Now will be able to do a lot of things for our young people. So with these young men, all right, and relationships, what should we advise young men to do from your perspective?
I think one thing we have to do is get more men talking to young men.
Okay.
I think I can offer certainly some things, but from the perspective of another man, that's going to be really, really critical.
Okay.
And I think giving men a safe space to talk about these topics, I think oftentimes they're very isolated and they don't have maybe close friends or other people that they can speak with. So a safe place where they can acknowledge maybe some of the conflicts that they're having in their relationships and not be judged and be offered some help is going to be critical.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Are there any other tips you can talk about right now? And we, of course, want you to come back later. But what are some other things you would advise our young ladies from your perspective?
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. If you're with somebody and you don't feel good about it, you're starting to feel really small because you're giving up so much that's so important to you. Or you're feeling not confident when you're with that person. That may really be a sign. And take your time. I'm from Missouri, and our state motto is the show me.
Okay.
So I think that's a really good motto for relationships. Show me that you can act like you have some sense.
Y'all heard that? Show me that you got some sense. And what's so great, when you were talking about that, I saw the people in the audience, I saw them nodding their heads like they have been or may know of someone that are in relationships that are toxic.
Right.
So you're saying basically, take your time. Okay.
Yeah, nobody who loves you is going to ask you to give up everything that's so important to you.
That is true.
They're just not.
Well, I thank you, Dr. West, and of course we want you to come back later on in the show, but you've given some great advice. We'll be right back.
Each year, we elect public officials. Each year, HIV and AIDS cases continue to rise. Half of the 5 million new infections strike the ages of 15 through 24. 64% of new infections occur in African American women. Unprotected sex is a leading cause of this epidemic. So this year, elect to protect. This has been a United Negro College Fund Special Programs Corporation public service announcement in conjunction with Bennett College and sponsored in part by Royal Bank of Canada, Liberty Life Insurance Company.
Welcome back. It was a perfect segue from the last segment concerning men. Are there any men in the house? Oh boy, oh, we got issues. Okay. Speaking of men with their issues, we have Joseph Vest here from Men Can Stop Rape. I want to know, what do men have to do things as far as our issues are concerned with violence against women, particularly on college campuses? What do y'all do?
Well, what we do, Gil, is we do educational programming on college campuses and in high schools and in communities, churches, corporations, on letting men know that violence against women is not just a women's issue, it's also a men's issue. And there's lots of things that men can do to speak out against violence against women and to change the culture so that violence against women and other kinds of things like sexism and discrimination aren't tolerated anymore.
When people hear Men Can Stop Rape, how do people normally react to that?
I think the most common reaction that people have is, oh, yeah, men can stop rape. Because for so long, we've been told that rape is just a women's issue. It's something that women should care about, women should be working on, and men really haven't been given a role in stopping rape. And so what we're out there trying to say is, yeah, men do have a role. There are really positive ways that men can interact with women and support women in their lives and change cultures rather than just being approached as, you know, potential perpetrators. We try and engage men as potential allies.
That sounds good. Very good. I like that. Are there any questions? Yes, madam.
My question is, when you go out into the community and speak to men concerning the program Men Can Stop Rape, what is the definition that you give to gentlemen about what is a real man?
Well, what we try and do is look at the difference between a real man and a strong man. And when we talk about real men and the picture that we get of a real man from music or movies, the picture that we get is a man who is violent and unemotional and uncaring about the people around him, who is trying to use his power to hurt others. But then when we ask people to talk about strong men in their lives, they talk about their fathers, their brothers, teachers that cared for them, boyfriends or husbands, and they talk about a lot of traits that are really positive, about men who are responsible, who sacrificed for their family, who took care of the people around them, and who were supportive and listening. And these are examples that the people that we work with give them of who is a strong man in their life. It's not somebody that they saw on television. And so we encourage them to value that kind of strength, the strength to help others, the strength to be a part of a community, and use the examples in their lives of the people that have been strong in that way, and to value those and to try and look to those people as role models and emulate what they do.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
How did you get involved with this movement?
I first got involved doing this work because of a girlfriend that I had, actually, who she told me a lot about the things that she had experienced as a woman in society, about discrimination and harassment. And as a man, I had never experienced those things. And so it really opened my eyes to a lot of the really bad stuff in society that women have to put up with. And it made me want to go out and take action and improve the lives, not just her, but of other women in my lives, of my mother, my sisters, and other women that I don't even know yet. I didn't think it was right for them to have to put up with all of these things that I thought were really terrible.
Good question. Any other questions? I got one for you. Mentorship.
Yes.
Suppose I want to join your gang. No, that's the wrong word to use. Okay. Suppose I want to join your organization. How do I join? Suppose I want to mentor some young people. What do I do?
Well, there's different opportunities around that. One of the main things that we have now is called Men of Strength Clubs, which are in high schools. And we have
I'm feeling that, okay.
Yeah. And we have members of the community, teachers, social workers, just pastors, various types of leaders who become facilitators for these Men of Strength clubs in the different states where we run them.
Men of Strength. Now, what about from the, if I'm a Men of Strength in high school, are there any Men of Strength college chapters?
Yeah.
What about those?
A lot of our high school Men of Strength club members graduate and go on to college, and then they join our campus strength program.
Oh, man. Joe, that was just great. I thank you for coming on today's show. You have really enlightened us, and I look forward to doing some great things in the future with Men That Can Stop Rape.
Thanks,
Thank
Gil.
you very much. We'll be right back.
This has been a United Negro College Fund Special Programs Corporation public service announcement in conjunction with Jarvis Christian College and sponsored in part by Royal Bank of Canada Liberty Life Insurance Company.
You know what? We addressed why people stay in a relationship. I want to bring Dr. West back on. I want to know why people leave that relationship. Dr. West, why don't you come on back up and let's discuss that. Thank you. That's great. So, Dr. West, why do people leave?
I think people leave when they sort of reach a turning point and they realize that it's really not healthy for them, and that's why social support is so important. So if they have other people around them that could help them see that this is not very healthy, they're more likely to leave. And if they have resources and a place to go and somebody to talk to.
If you could give a few tips or what have you, what would they be for our audience?
I think probably 4 things.
Okay.
I think get educated, not only about dating violence, but date rape and all types of violence against women. I think get vocal, find your voice, because all this behavior, all this abusive behavior, abusers depend on silence and secrecy and shame to silence that victim. So we have to find our voice, start talking about this topic. I think the 3rd thing is to get involved. If you see something that's not right, then get involved and not think, well, this is not my business. And I think finally get help. If you are a victim or you feel like something is not right, turn to somebody that you can find who can be of support to you.
Oh, that is excellent. That is excellent. And I look at Project Stop Now. Project Stop Now would do this for all the college campuses and touch people's lives throughout the country. So I want to thank each and every one of you to come out today to discuss the issues, and we're going to go out and we're going to make a real difference. But we've got to keep it real. Thank you so much.
Not these shoes. Okay.
This program has been sponsored by Tougaloo College in partnership with the United Negro College Fund Special Programs Corporation and funded by the Department of Justice, Office on Violence Against Women.